now we may know exactly the reason why the Flash movie is taking so long to get made. At least what's been causing delays in the past, year. There are disagreements over the script. Apparently, Warner Brothers and the directors John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein want to go in a more lighthearted, fun approach. The same approach that was taken, I think, with Aquaman, DC's most successful movie ever. But Ezra Miller would like to go in a more darker direction. And, in a bid to make his case to make the movie the way he wants to make it, he wants to write the script, and he's getting Grant Morrison, famed comic book writer Grant Morrison, to help him write the script. I'll read a bit more about it in this Hollywood Reporter article. Miller is taking a stab at writing the script for the Warner Brothers project. He has teamed up with Grant Morrison, the acclaimed comics author, to pen a draft that could determine if he stays on as Star, playing crime fighter Barry Allen. Interesting. So, yeah, the culmination, what happens with this, which script they go with could be determined whether or not Ezra Miller stays as the Star. But in the article, later on in the article, they don't make it seem like his leaving would be Warner Brothers deciding that he leaves. They make it sound like he himself could choose to leave if they don't take his script. I'll get to that later, and we can read what we want into that. We can decipher that part of this article for ourselves. But let's keep going. The development has bubbled up from a clash of creative visions. John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, who have been on board the project since January 2018, more than a year now, have a lighthearted approach to the material, and even hail from that sort of background with credits like Spider-Man Homecoming and Game Night, two very successful movies, by the way, or at least critically reviewed. Spider-Man Homecoming was very successful, but Game Night was kind of a moderate success. But, those were both good movies. I saw both. And, as sources note, that is the general track favored by Warner, the lighter approach, which scored a $1 billion hit with Aquaman by going the fun spectacle route and is seeing strong buzz on Shazam, which is wearing its superheroics is fun on its sleeve. Shazam's also supposed to be fun and lighthearted. The article goes on to say that Miller is deeply committed to the role and wants to play it, but he wants it to be dark. He doesn't want to do fun and lighthearted. The script that Morrison and Ezra Miller are working on could be submitted to the studio as early as next week. But there could be a lot riding on it. If Warner chooses against Miller's take on the hero, the actor could part ways with the project. Additionally, and fittingly for a hero who races to beat the clock, there is a countdown scenario here as well. According to one insider, Miller's holding deal on Flash expires in May. So, it says he could exit, but it doesn't make it seem like, the studio would be firing him. They make it sound like, they just say he could part ways. I don't know if that means Warner Brothers would, recast him, like they would be the ones to make the decision, or if he himself, Ezra Miller, would walk away because he just doesn't want to play a more lighthearted kind of character. He wants to go dark, or just, I guess, more serious. So I'm not sure. It sounds to me like the way this is written in this article, that would be his decision to leave if they didn't choose his script. If I were him, I'd be like, okay, you want to do a fun, lighthearted approach, I'll do that, and just take the money and, be happy, still get my fat paycheck. If that's the way this is shaking out, because I'm unsure, like I said, who would be the one to decide he leaves, the way this is phrasing it. So, wow, I guess if things had gone smoothly, they would have started making this Flash movie a lot earlier than they did. But, there's friction between the actor and, the studio and how to take things. So I don't know, what do you think? I mean, I want the Flash movie to get made, and I'm fine. I'm open if they want to make it lighter or darker. I don't think that the Flash only can be done one way. I think, it's versatile depending on the writer and the script. I like Ezra Miller as the Flash. I'd like him to stay, but, if he's this unhappy, I guess, he should do what's best for him. But I don't know. Grant Morrison is a good writer, but he's a good comic book writer, and that's different than writing a script for a movie. There are a lot of similarities. I mean, it's not like I'm an experienced, screenwriter or comic book writer. He knows how to write in a visual medium, and he's very legendary in the comics world, but, does that translate into making a killer big screen script, especially since the studio wants to go in a more lighthearted direction, which Morrison apparently, if he's teaming up with Miller's, more serious take, he doesn't want to write that kind of script for them. So I guess maybe, Morrison's being enlisted to help Ezra Miller write the script well enough to convince Warner Brothers to go with him, with his take. Like, If Ezra Miller wants a darker movie that goes against what Warner Brothers wants, that script has to be like excellent, like Dark Knight good or something like that. And so maybe that's what Grant Morrison's helping him achieve. We'll see. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.